Um, Speaking of oxytocin, just a little reminder, I suppose, like because it's our fifth class, just kind of between this week and next week, there is going to be new stuff in this week's class because obviously we're using the ball, but next week is kind of going to be an accumulation of everything that we've done, but with a different flow to it. Okay, so I suppose the main things that you need to kind of take home that, well, I would like you to take home from these classes is to use your breath and relax your jaw. So if you relax your jaw, even like remind yourself to give your jaw a little massage, relax it. Like even doing this little exercise, like if you clench your jaw, you squeeze your face and you say, ow, 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 ow. Even just try it. You will feel everything else clench. You will feel your sphincters start to squeeze and close up. You will feel your shoulders starting to rise. Everything will close. And that is the opposite of what you want, obviously, when you're trying to birth a baby. So remind yourself, now it's not easy, but even say it to your partner that's going to be birthing with you or whoever's going to be in the room with you. Remind them to say, relax your jaw, soften your shoulders. Like it actually takes a lot of energy to hold a clench, like to even hold your fists like this, or to squeeze your tummy, or to squeeze your sphincters. It takes energy, and that's energy that you need to use elsewhere. So relax everything that you can relax, and then send the energy downwards. Send all that lovely breath work that we've been looking at, those rose petal lips, that golden thread, the figure of 8 moving out, moving in, getting bigger with each breath. And then today we're going to look at a new kind of a breath. It's the coffee-plunger breath. You might have heard of it. It's specific for giving birth, so I don't want you to go full hog on it today because we're obviously not in a place where you want to be giving birth, right?
I might go fully fledged.
Yeah, go full throttle.
Yeah. So we'll do that in a few minutes. But then the other things that are, I suppose, little reminders for you to take home are move through a surge. Any sort of movement, whatever feels good in your body will tell you what it wants to do. But the moves that we've been doing on repeat, they're novel movements. So just round spirals, envisaging that spiral downwards, moving down, moving the breath down with it. Those groans, those sighs, those kind of primal noises, they will all come, and allow them to come, because that sound helps move baby down. Even if you're having a cesarean or if you have an epidural, you might not be able to feel all those sensations, but that still helps. It's still going on inside of you. And even that kind of mind-body connection can really help, open up the body, allow the oxytocin to flow through, and boost that oxytocin through little things like your lighting, your smells, your affirmations could be stuck on the wall if you want to print some out. It's actually a really nice thing to bring in a picture of one of your scans so that you can connect with baby. In the middle of it, you could be like, what am I even doing? You nearly forget that what is this really hard thing that I'm doing? And then if you look at this image of your baby, it's like, okay, a few more, I can keep going. I can do this because I want to meet this little person. And then just simple things like your UFO. It's your upright, forward leaning, all those kind of movements. That's what you want. Open. So even if you happen to be on your back for giving birth, can you try free up your sacrum and pelvis, even using a little cushion or blanket in a kind of a horseshoe shape, and slide it under your bum, just to free up that space, to allow it to open, to allow it to, like blossom like a flower. All those visualizations, they can really help connect your body to your mind and just allow you to have a birth that you want to have. Like, you are in charge of this. You are in power. Sometimes things go maybe not as you planned, but you have these little things to come back to. Like, even if it turns out into a different type of birth that you didn't plan, you can still have these little moments throughout it that you are in control of. You are in control of your breath. You're in control of those opening visualizations, those affirmations that you tell yourself. All these things, they're really, really powerful. They seem so simple and so obvious, but sometimes in the moment, you nearly forget that the simple things do work.
Kendra, if you're on your back, say if you're having an epidural, what did you say there? Where do you put the blanket under your back to give up space?
I'll give you a blanket just to show. So if you have just any type of blanket and you roll it up like a sausage,
Mm-hmm.
you might need a longer one than this. And then you create a horseshoe shape with it. And you just place that kind of under the sacrum. And and if you put your feet in that position that we've done before, you know, at the beginning of a class where we have the feet together. I'll just do it for you now so you can see. So that's not working very well. But if you have your feet like this, and if you have that blanket under there, it just raises the pelvis. So the sit bones and all this area are more open and free. You can actually feel, you know, if you've ever seen someone who has broke their coccyx, often they want to sit on, you know, those little blow up seats.
Yeah, with the circle.
It doesn't put so much pressure down there. And when there's pressure down there and it feels like it's closed and it can't expand, it can't open. So that just gives it a little bit of freedom if you happen to be on your back. And then the other thing is that we will look at today, but like, if you are on your back, like, try and still have something behind you that's keeping you upright rather than really down. And notice if your legs, sometimes people like their legs like this. Sometimes they like their legs up in stirrups, and that's fine. It's your body. But maybe you could try bringing the knees in and the feet out. Because remember, we were doing that on our sides last week, and we had a little feel at the back. And you'll notice that when you have your feet together and your knees out, the outlet that you can feel, the bony part, is closed. And when you bring the knees in and you put foot up, your ankles are separated, you can actually feel that space opening. And that's the same, knees in, feet out. You're still upright. You're still creating space under the sacrum, under the coccyx. And it's just that little bit easier. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it just, it's all these tiny little tools that can help you. Okay. And it just creates that little sensation of empowerment as well, that actually maybe I didn't plan to be on my back, but I know what I can do while I'm on my back. You know, those things. Okay, so today we're going to have a little look at the ball. And I would just say as well, if we go into any sort of squats and you don't feel comfortable doing squats, that's absolutely no problem. You can stay on the ball. It is recommended that if you are over 38 weeks, that no matter what position baby's in, it's good to squat, because you want to move baby down. Before 38 weeks, you can squat if baby's in an optimal position and you feel good. But if maybe baby isn't exactly where you want it to be, squatting isn't really recommended, because you don't want to engage baby in that position just yet. There's still lots of time for moving around. So after 38 weeks, squat to your heart's content. Before that, maybe just have a little check-in, and, you know, in your next scan, just see, actually, which way is my baby lying, you know? So we'll have a little look at the coffee-plunger breath, but we're going to start on our ball. And Preferably your ball is not like mine. Mine is quite small for my height. So what you ideally want is that your knees are higher than your hips. And then you're just going to start here, and we're going to place our hands onto our bellies. We're going to close down the eyes, and we're really going to ground down through the feet. Maybe removing any socks. If you need a little bit more of stability under your feet, a little bit of grip. If you feel more comfortable with the ball being close to a wall, we will be using the wall later, but if you want it there, just for if you're feeling a little bit unbalanced or unsettled today. And from here, you're just going to close down the eyes, roll the shoulders up to the ears, send them back and down. And we're gently going to start to connect with our breath. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Notice that when you're exhaling, you want the sound of the breath, the sound of your voice to move down deep into the body. Allowing these sounds to feel primal. Connecting that breath to all parts of the body. Just really beginning to tune into how your body's feeling. If you want to place your hands onto your bump and acknowledge baby at the beginning of our class. Saying hello. Maybe picturing what life will be like with little baby in your arms. And then allowing those hands to rest back onto the thighs. And just finding that steady breath, using that 3-part breath. As you inhale, you fill up the belly, the side ribs, and the chest. And as you exhale, it moves down deep into the tongue. Then allow this breath to continue. This time, we're going to start to engage our coffee-plunger breath. So if you can imagine a French press coffee, when you fill it up with water and you place the filter on it, when you're pushing down, it moves really slowly and with force. So this is the kind of breath that we want to use when we're giving birth. So we don't want to fully engage it now, but we want to learn the tools and the skills to do so. So we want to keep the sphincters open, but we want to use our pelvic core muscles to push all of that coffee, that baby down. So we're engaging the core, we're keeping the sphincters open. So when we inhale, we don't do anything at all. We just take this deep, fulfilling breath. And when we exhale, we allow the sphincters to blossom open like a flower. But we use our core muscles to push down and out the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the sphincters open. Keep relaxing those sphincters. Feel them against the ball. Softening, opening, relaxing. With their core muscles. pelvic floor is doing the work to push baby down. And this coffee plunger breath can be a really, really nice way to visualize how we allow baby to move down, using the muscles in our tummy to really press down and out, but keeping everything in your anus, your vagina, your urethra open. Keep it soft, keep it open. And then notice your jaw. Can you soften the jaw? Can you soften the feet, the toes, the fingers, the shoulders? Are you using any unnecessary energy in those areas? Can you relax all of them and just focus on the tummy pressing down like a coffee? Maybe introduce those soft rose petal lips. Maybe licking the lips and allowing them to feel full and plump. And as you're exhaling, blow out through soft rose petal. Really nice. Either bringing a soft gaze in front of you or allowing the eyes to stay closed. You're just going to start to create circles on your ball. So keeping this steady breath, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe using the soft rose petal lips or the golden thread. And you're just creating these nice circles, nothing too strenuous, but feeling all of your body rest its weight onto the ball. Just keep moving round. And as you create these circles, can you visualize this spiral motion? Starting at the top and then getting wider and wider as it moves down. And the bottom of the spiral is really open. There's loads of room for baby to move out. This can be your UFO, upright, forward leaning, open move. And then move your spirals in the opposite direction. Maybe make them a little bit bigger, sliding the hands up and down the legs as it does so. Really feeling into each part. And just keep moving with the breath. And I want you to notice, have you started to hunch over in your body? Can you create more space? Can you create space between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the pelvis? Really. And then beginning to blink open the eyes. Placing the hands onto the knees. We're going to start to do our pelvic tilts. Forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. And can you really feel into the pelvis area? This can be really nice for that lower back when you tuck the tailbone under, and maybe a slight squeeze at the top, and then as you push it back, extend through the chest, press the hands into the knees and open and widen that chest. Bring the gaze to the sky and then press it under, roll the chest, chin tucks, press the hands in, and then the opposite, really move slowly. And with that breath, exhale under. Inhale, move it back and open. Maybe the knees come a little bit wider if you need more space for yourself. Really. And then take a few more of these. Keeping that steady rhythm of the breath. And then pausing in a neutral position. And it can be nice, even just a gentle bounce on the ball. This can be nice during a surge. Any of these poses, either circling, rocking forwards and backwards, or just bouncing, can be really nice. And keep focusing on that breath. This time we're going to focus on that golden thread breath. So as you gently bounce on the ball, can you bring the hands to the mouth? Inhale. Exhale, send the hands away and visualize this golden thread moving out from the mouth in a figure of 8. We inhale, we bring it from the belly up to the nose. Exhale, we push it out, visualize. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it out. And this time we're going to keep the hands out and we're going to inhale, bring it in. Exhale, push it down. This can be a nice one for breathing. Inhale, we bring the energy in. Exhale, we use the energy to bring baby down and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent. From here, placing the hands onto the knees, we're just going to tick-tock from side to begin. And then from here, keeping the right hand where it is, we're going to bring the left hand to the sky. And then we're going to rotate the body round. Keep tick-tocking if it feels good, or coming forwards and backwards if that feels better in your pelvis. But keep reaching that hand all the way back as though someone's pulling it from behind, opening up through the chest, and press that right hand to the inside of the right knee. So they're kind of counter poses to one another. Keep pressing, keep reaching, and then bring it back to center, opposite side. Press into the left, reach through the right, open that lovely chest area up. Really nice. And then bring it back round. Bring the left hand back, but this time we're placing the forearm of the right onto our thigh area, and we're reaching the left arm up and over. Keep reaching and pressing into that right arm. Don't let yourself hunch into it. Keep the ear and shoulder away from one another so you can create this lovely space. And keep reaching up and over, breathing into those left ribs, that side body. That can be really nice if you feel any tightening or tension in the ribs. And then release it, opposite side. Left forearm comes down, right arm comes up and over. Keep reaching. Remove the shoulder away from the ear. Pressing into it. Keep breathing. Find that breath if you've started to hold. And release. Really nice. From here, we're interlacing the fingers above the head. We're flipping the palms away from us. And we're stretching up towards the sky. And then we're reintroducing that tick-tock shape, except we're including the arms this time. So side to side, the arms are moving the opposite way to the hips, but doing it with as much power as you can. Can you lift the arms a little bit higher? Really nice. Can you find that breath? Relax that jaw. Love. And then press the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, lengthen through the arms, open through the chest, and gaze to the sky. Rock the hands side to side, and then release the hands over to the right side, clasping the hands together. And we're just allowing left ear to left shoulder. Maybe sliding the head forwards and backwards. Flossing out those muscles in the neck. Moving gently. moving with ease. And then release opposite side, bring it round to the left, right ear, right shoulder. Floss forwards and back. Lovely, really nice. And then from here, place the hands back onto the knees. And you're going to walk your feet in a little bit closer together. And then if you're feeling stable, you ground through the left foot and you bring the right foot up in your figure four. If you're feeling a bit wobbly on the ball, you can put the ball against the wall, and that can be just a little bit of stability for you and a little bit of a safety net if you feel like it's not safe for you to do so. So we're coming into this position, creating that figure four, and we're just opening up the pelvis on one side. And then we can create those rocks if we like. If it's too much, you can stay here and just keep rocking, whichever feels better in your body. And then opposite side, we're using our hand to lift our foot and we're rocking, just opening that pelvis ever so slightly. We're not doing a full variation of the pose. Really nice. And then release it down. We're pressing bump in between the legs. And then we're sliding the body up as though we're a ripple. So we're sliding the hands down, bump between the legs, rolling back up, chin to chest, head is the last thing to lift. Slide it down. Really slowly lift it back up. Feel the spine rolling forwards and backwards. Really nice. And then slowly, we're going to keep the hands going down to reach the mat as we roll forward. And we come down onto our knees in this position. We keep the ball nearby, but we allow it to just go to one side for the moment. Keep it near you, and then come into your tabletop position. And we're just taking a few moments here to allow the wrists to warm up. We're going to move forwards and backwards, rocking along those wrists. Maybe tuck the toes if you've got cramps in the toes, or if you want to keep the toes untucked, whichever feels better in your body. Always an option here to take the blanket under the knees if the knees are starting to feel like they need a little bit of extra support. And then rocking into the hands, we're going to come down onto our forearms into our pelvic floor side relief. This is another great pose for birthing or for labor. So as we rock forwards and backwards, our pelvis is high into the sky and we're breathing out soft rose petals. Rocking forward and back. You don't need to worry too much about is the breath going in or out, just moving intuitively. Really nice. And then begin to walk the hands back up. Find your ball once more, slide it in front of you. You're going to place the hands and forearms onto the ball. And you're just going to start to create those figures of 8. But you're using your pelvis as though it's a pencil and the ball is just moving with you. So you're creating a figure of 8 and the ball moves around. And you can do this whatever way you like. It can be really nice during labor that if you're feeling very tired and you've used a lot of energy already, maybe you're at the kind of lull of the labor, you could be resting your head onto the ball, but stay moving with the hips. And this can be a nice place to begin to groan or moan, moving the hips, moving that sound into the pelvis. And breathing out. Oh. Oh. Really deep primal sounds. They can almost sound orgasmic to some people and they may feel uncomfortable, but it's so important to help your body any way you can by creating movement through the body. And then from here, we're going to reach our hands back up to allow the body to come up. We're going to slide the ball more towards us so that we can come upright. We're going to take our left hand behind our left leg to reach the left foot out to one side, however wide you want it to go. And then we're leaning back over to come into a lunge position. And we're sliding the ball back to straighten the leg. And we're coming back forward. This can be a nice way to get the baby into optimal position, particularly if baby is lying on one side or the other. So if you have a left lying baby, it can be nice to move on the right side or vice versa. And it can also be a nice way just to open up the pelvis, and you can create a little bit more movement here. If you want to use those figure of 8 movements in your lunges, or you want to press into the lunge on one side and bounce in the ball, you can do so. Or if you want to stay back, reach the toes towards the sky, keep the heel on the ground, and just find that space. And then we're coming forward and we're moving back, forward and back. Keep opening up that pelvis, those hamstrings. All of this will help create space for baby, create space in the lower back as well. And then from here, we're moving the ball back, but this time we're pushing the ball away from us and we're reaching down. So we've got our bump between the ball and us. And then as we slide back, we come all the way up. And exhale, we move it down. We press down through the arms, through the chest, gazes down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we push the ball away. We move down. Keep stretching through the hands. Keep pressing down. So you're really opening up the back body here, opening through the chest and the shoulders. And then we lift up. Exhale to lift up. Inhale to push the ball away. Exhale, lift one more time, and then bring that ball all the way in to use as a crutch to slide that foot back right. And then we're moving to the opposite side. So use your hand to help you. Lift the right leg out to one side, ground through that foot, and then we're sliding forward, pressing into that lunge bent knee. Bring it back, straighten the leg, flex the toes. Forward, lunge, exhale, back. Forward, lunge, exhale, back. If you want to bring in some more movement here, maybe a little wiggle from side to side, maybe pressing down into your lunge a little bit further and holding the pose, maybe a little bounce. Just noticing what feels good in your body, where you want to feel the sensation. And then allow the body to slide back. And then this time you're pushing the ball away and you're pressing down through the chest. We're bringing the ball back up. And the ball comes sliding back. We lift up through the chest. We're upright. Exhale, it goes back down. Just notice where the sensations are coming in your body. And is there a place that you want to hold the pose a little bit longer? And then bring it all the way back up. Slide that right foot back in. And from here, we're just going to allow the body to rest onto the ball. Either your arms can flop over and your head comes to rest on one side. And you're just going to rock yourself side to side. And this can be a nice one for resting in between surges because you want to regain your energy. The surges, the contractions can take a lot of energy out of you. So in between, you're resting. You're using the toilet because you want to get, if you've got urine in there that's taking up space, you want to get rid of it, but you also want to keep drinking water. You will notice that if your muscles are dehydrated, they're sore, they clench. So if you are dehydrated during your birth, it's going to be harder. So hydrate yourself, use the toilet and rest. Maybe if you're hungry, eat. Maybe if you're not feeling well, you might not desire food, but eat well in the days leading up to it. And we're just resting here, maybe creating some circles. And I want you to notice, can you bring your knees in and your feet out in this position? Because this can be another really nice way to birth baby and create a little bit more room in the outlets. And remember, this ball is just a representation. It could be a ball, but it could also be the edge of the bed. It could be the top of the bed and you're on the bed, but leaning over the edge. Or it could be a chair. A lot of women actually give birth when they're on the toilet and they get the urge because they feel like they're going for a number 2, but it's actually the baby coming down, and that's the sensation. But it's also a squatting position. So when we're here, we're actually going to just allow the body to rock side to side. And that is that novel movement, just moving slowly, rhythmically, creating movement. And some people prefer their hands flopped over the ball, and some people prefer their hands resting under their face. Whatever feels better for you. And then from here, we're going to slide the ball towards us to lift back up. And we're going to bring the ball round to a wall. So that the ball is pressing into a wall. And your bum is going to be as close to the ball as you can get, so that your back can press into the ball. So finding that position for a moment. And we really want the ball and the back to be pressed into one another, so you feel completely supported here. Your knees are out, your feet are grounded down, the soles of the feet. We're just taking a moment here to find this position. And then we're lengthening out the legs into a wide fold. And from here, we're going to move to our swimming pose. And this can be another nice one for birth prep. So we're inhaling that good energy. And then we're exhaling, we're reaching forward and we're doing a breaststroke motion through the air. And then we're pressing back into that ball and we're pressing forward as we exhale. Inhale, we come back. Exhale, we push forward. Inhale back, the ball is supporting you. And press. And then bring the hands back down. Allow the right knee to bend so the foot comes in towards the thigh. And then keeping that back supported, but we're reaching that left hand down the side of the leg and that right arm up and over, wherever feels good. Maybe you want to create a bit more space, press into it a little bit more. Open up through that side body, lengthen through the hamstrings. And reach it back down. One more time, over to the same side. Can you go a little bit deeper? Not pushing too hard, just where it feels good. That Goldilocks sensation. And press back. Then we're allowing the right leg to move out. The left leg is moving in. Opposite way. We reach and glide that right hand down the leg. The left hand comes up and over. Wherever feels good in your body, allow yourself to rest here for a moment, maybe moving a little bit deeper. Can you turn that chest more towards the sky? Maybe the gaze is up, maybe it's out to the side, whatever feels better in your neck. And release it back up to go one more time. Press it down, exhale. Soften that jaw, relax those sphincters. Release any extra tension you don't. And bring it back. Really nice. And then we're lengthening both legs and we're just walking the hands to come into a slight wide leg forward fold, nothing too crazy. If you have your blocks nearby and you want to use them, you can stack them as high as you can and then bring the forehead to the blocks. Or if you're feeling more flexible with all that relaxing in the body, the elastin making you wanting to move a bit deeper. Just be mindful of the body. Can you lengthen through the back on an inhale and fold a little bit further on an exhale? Lengthen and fold. Really nice. Walking the hands back up. We're just allowing the blocks to move to one side as the feet rest back in. And then from here, we're allowing the whole body to rest onto the ball. And then we're gliding the hands forward, pressing the chest open. So it's like a cat-cow, except you relax on the back bend. And then you reach forward and you reach on the other end. Relax, send it back, allow the whole body to rest onto the ball. And then reach forward through the legs, press the fingers out to the feet. Relax, send it back, and release it up. Send it forward. And then from here, you're bringing the knees together, tiptoeing the feet together. You're releasing the legs to one side, keeping the ball where it is. We're going to come over onto our fronts. And then this time, you're going to have your knees slightly open so that your feet can walk back either side of the ball. And you're having all those sphincters pressed up against the ball. So you're really feeling everything being supported by the ball here, pressed up against it. And then really ground the feet, the toes down. Allow those toes to curl. And just allow yourself to press into the ball for a minute. This can be a really nice option if you find it hard to connect with the perineum or if you find it hard to connect to your sphincters. And I want you to exhale and imagine your sphincters opening like a flower. Allow them to bloom open at the ball. Press into the ball, and then we inhale, we rock forward. Exhale, we press back and open those. Inhale, we rock forward, and we can create this wave-like motion as though we're moving through our pelvic tilts or pelvic waves. We rock forward, we round the back, we exhale, we tilt the pelvis and press it into the ball. Keep doing these motions. Another way that you can think of that coffee plunger breath is like squeezing toothpaste out of its tube. So as we inhale, we do nothing. As we exhale, we're squeezing at the top of the tube and the bottom of the tube, the lid is off, it is open, and everything is allowing it to open and flower and come out. It's soft, it's relaxed. Really nice. And then slowly, slowly, we're going to walk forward. And we're going to allow the feet to come under us. And take your time here, use your blocks to help you. We are going to come into a squat. If you prefer not to squat today, you can stay with the knees together and you can do the breath work here and the arm work. If you would like to come into a squat, you're staying up against the ball. You're using your blocks to glide yourself back into position. And a really nice thing to do before you come into a squat, if you find squats very intense, you can actually roll up your blanket so that it creates a little bit of height for under your heels. And you can use a block here either, whichever feels better for you. And this is for when you want baby to move into a really engaging position. Baby's in whatever position baby will be in after 38 weeks. And you want to start to move baby down to engage the head. So your toes are pointing out, your heels can be placed on a height, and you're pressing into the ball, but maybe move the ball up the wall a little bit so that you can press into it. And then you take your elbows to the inside of your knees and you push the knees away from you. And you just breathe here for a few moments. And you're using that coffee-plunger breath or that sigh of relief. Those pelvic floor muscles are working. Those soft rose petal lips are working. And then we open the eyes. We reach the right hand down towards the ground and the left hand comes up. And then we bring it back to prayer, hands opposite side. Left hand is down, right hand is up. And we bring it back down. We walk the hands out in front of us, allowing the ball to slide down the wall. We release the pose. We find all our comfy clothes. And before we move into Shavasana, we just take a moment to wiggle it all out. So you're pressing into the hands, you're walking up the legs as you come up, supporting yourself. And we're just pressing our hands into our belly and we're creating these lovely spirals through the pelvis. A little bit of movement in the legs. And one nice one is that if you come to the back of your mat, you're going to do the ice cream scoop. So you press one foot into the ground and you scoop the pelvis under. And then you can lift the tummy as you do it. You scoop and lift, and you can really feel this in the pelvic girdle area. And then you can actually do it backwards, watching out there's nothing behind you. But this can be a nice way to trick the brain. If you're finding the sensations very hard, your brain then has to focus on something else entirely. And this can also be a nice one to rub the sides of the legs, create these bigger circles with the hands down the legs as we scoop and lift, scoop and lift. It's kind of like your curb walking. So we're just allowing that scoop and lift for baby to get down further into that optimal position. And then we're swaying side to side, and we're going to do our floppy roll where we have really soft knees. We slide the hands down and we come to a halfway lift and then a floppy ragdoll position. Stretching through the back, maybe reaching one hand lower than the other for a moment as we tilt the hips side to side. And then we really slowly, not to rush, we glide the hands all the way back up the legs. We roll the shoulders at the top as slowly as you can. We slide the hands back down, only coming halfway this time. And then we're pressing our hands into our knees and we're just tilting side to side. Wag the tail, move the hips, move the pelvis. And keep breathing. Soft lips, open body. And then slowly you're going to release the hands all the way to the floor. You're walking the legs back behind you to come down to meet the floor. Grab any cozy clothes. Find any position that feels good in your body for this evening's class. If you happen to have bolster or a large pillow at home, it could actually be the pillow off your sofa either, one of the cushions. And if you have some bolsters or some blocks, you can set yourself up, and it can be really nice to set it up in a way that supports you. And how we do this is we place one block on its highest mode, one block on its halfway mode, and then we release the bolster down onto it or the cushion of a sofa. And then when we have it all set up, it can take a few moments to really feel where you want your body to be positioned. But if you're feeling like getting cozy, getting into bed, getting your snuggies on or lying on the couch, that's okay too. And I want you to just really relax here for this guided meditation, where you're going to slow the whole body down, giving yourself time for you and baby to connect. Relaxing during pregnancy is a safe and effective way for reducing stress, feeling calm, and increasing physical and mental comfort. These relaxations can help ease nausea and headaches. And whatever way you feel most comfortable is the best position for you. To begin, find a comfortable position and take a few moments to fix any items of clothing or hair bobbins that might be discomfort for you. And can you allow yourself to relax just 10% more? Slow it down. I want you to focus your gaze on just one spot in the room and look at this one spot as you begin to relax. Take in a deep breath, and as you exhale, allow your body to begin to relax. Breathe in and out, in and out. Breathe slowly and naturally. Allow a bit of tension to be released with each breath, so that with every breath you take, you relax more and more deeply. Raise your shoulders towards your ears and then let your shoulders relax, dropping into a comfortable, loose position. And feel yourself sinking into the surface you are on. Allow your jaw to drop slightly, letting the muscles of your face and jaw become loose and relaxed. Wiggle your toes. Feel your feet and legs relaxing. Gently open and close your hands. Allow it to happen again. And then relax your hands and arms. Take a deep breath in, feeling the tension in your chest and stomach as you hold that breath. And allow your chest and stomach to relax as the breath escapes slowly. Allow the muscles of your back to relax from your neck to your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, feeling your whole body relaxing. Notice any areas of tension in your body and relax those areas too. Your body will now continue to relax deeper and deeper, loose, heavy, relax. Focus on your eyelids. You may notice a feeling of heaviness in your eyelids, and that's okay. Just think about your eyelids and allow your eyelids to become more relaxed. Blink your eyes slowly, closing your eyes and then opening your eyes, closing and opening, slower and slower with each blink of your eyelids. Your eyelids becomes even more relaxed. Heavy with relaxation, so heavy it is hard to even open your eyes. Think about how good it would feel to close your eyes just a little bit longer. Gently allowing your eyes to close. It feels so good to close your eyes. So deeply relaxed. Notice now how your body is feeling. Where is your body the most tense? Allow the muscles here to relax and let go of their hold, becoming loose and comfortable, releasing tension, becoming smooth and relaxed. Where is your body the most relaxed? What does the relaxation feel like? Allow this relaxed area to grow, spreading all over the body. Let the relaxation become bigger, growing more and more relaxed. Direct a feeling of relaxation to the core of your body. Allow your body to be filled with relaxation and peace. Focus on increasing the relaxation and comfort, directing this relaxation to you and your baby. Feel the peace, calm, and relaxation, a feeling of serenity shared by you and baby. As both of you rest comfortably and relax, feeling so calm and peaceful, completely serene. While keeping this feeling of relaxation and calm, so completely relaxed, think about the upcoming birth. This will be a calm and happy time. You can be completely relaxed and comfortable when it is time for baby to be born. Find ease, find center, find strength in yourself. Relax your stomach and pelvic area. As you breathe in, imagine directing your breath to this area. As you exhale, allow this area to be released from tension. Relax more and more deeply with each breath. Focus on your back, relaxing all the muscles in your back, all the way from the top of your neck down to the bottom of your spine. Relaxing all the muscles of your back, feeling so comfortable. Now imagine a feeling of numbness, so comfortable, completely numbing and relaxing your lower body. Allow your body to relax all the way from the top of your rib cage to the tips of your toes. Allow this feeling to be warm. Allow it to open you up, erasing any discomfort and relieving feeling soft and nourished. Relax your forehead and your scalp, so completely relaxed and comfortable. Relax your body from the inside out. Scan your body. Notice any sensations of tension or discomfort and send that soothing breath to it. Notice how you can change these feelings and send warmth and heaviness, gentle pressure, relaxation to these areas. Feel these sensations in your body and allow them to change to relaxation. Breathe in relaxation. Breathe out tension. Breathe in relaxation. Relax. And breathe out tension. Now you can relax even more deeply as you focus the mind to meditate on a calming word. You can use the word serenity. Every time you breathe out, mentally say serenity. Concentrate on all of your attention towards this word. When thoughts arise, let them pass and refocus to the word serenity. Keep repeating it as you breathe out. Keep focusing on the word serenity, finding that the longer you focus, the more relaxed you become. Allow your mind to drift. Keeping this nourishing feeling inside your body, this serene, calm, relaxing energy. Begin to reawaken your body. If you would like to turn off your camera or stay in the position you're in and drift off to bed, feel free to do so. If you'd like to join me by wiggling the toes and the fingers, opening the hands and closing them again, opening and closing, opening and closing. And then inviting any other movements back into the body. Maybe a yawn or a stretch with the arms above the head. Reach the fingers and the toes. And then return to a centered, seated position, slowly coming up from where you're lying. Keeping that sensation within you. And then bringing the palms to prayer at heart center. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up to your practice, for bonding with baby. And then bring the thumbs in between the eyebrows. And lean your gaze forward and down. And we end our practice by saying Namaste.